I need water. Hi guys, today I want to talk about books, or novels to be specific, or, well, fiction in general, really. I mean, I don't want to be rude to short stories. Anyway, I want to talk about books, and I want to talk about why they're important and awesome. Makes sense for me to talk about this because I have actually studied literature in university for 5 years, which is a lot of time and a lot of books. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk very briefly about two of my favorite books. One is... oh wow, there's an echo. One is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami, which is an awesome book. It's sort of melancholy and strange and weird, but wonderful. I've actually only read it once because I'm sort of saving my second read for a special moment. Yeah, let's just say that, a special moment. I mean, Haruki Murakami in general, most of his books are what's called magical realism. So it's sort of the real world, but there are sort of elements that are not, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's one, and the other one is actually the Narnia books by C.S. Lewis, or the Chronicles of Narnia, I should say. I know that's 7 books as a series, but I can't really choose one. I've tried so many times because I actually wrote my thesis, my master's thesis, on the Narnia books and another book. But so I've tried so many times to figure out which one is my favourite. Something on my lip. Whoa. I mean, I guess if you held a gun to my head, I'd have to say A Horse and Its Boy, which is a beautiful book. But I think because they're all sort of children's books, to some extent, and they're sort of fairly simple and fairly short, and they're sort of all on more or less the same level of quality, it's really not each book that's special to me. It's the whole thing. And also, it's sort of specific plots. I have favourite plots more than I have favourite books. I have sort of the redemption story of Edmund, which is obviously in Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. But then you sort of see it continue, or you sort of see glimpses of it, and you see the results in the later books. And so I love that one. I also love the redemption story of Eustace Scrubb, which again, you read about it in one book, you read about it in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Is that the name? Yeah. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Well, that's difficult. Dawn Treader. Oh, is it really called that? But then you see it continue in the books to come. I love that. I love those stories. So instead of loving the individual books, I love the individual stories within the books. Yeah. Now, to the point of the video. Why books are great. Or actually, why books make you a better person. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna begin by stating something fairly obvious. Books tell stories. Now, stories allow you to meet new people. And that's always good. The best negotiators in the world always stress the same thing. The importance of listening to all sides. That's what books do. They are finely wrought expressions of beliefs, of opinions, and of feelings. In stories, the characters are made up, and the situations are made up, but the wisdom is real. And you can learn from others' mistakes and successes, and glean from someone's wisdom. Even the idiots might make sense. And you know when you read a lot of books, because most stories, both in books and in real life, are essentially the same, you gradually learn to see the characters for who they really are before it's expressly revealed. And that is super useful in life as well. Books teach you to read your surroundings. See, read. In real life too. Because this life, this world, is a story too. It's a story unfolding right before our very eyes. And sometimes it can be a lot more scary and a lot more dangerous than reading a book. So it's better to come prepared. So read books. They teach life. They prepare you for the real thing. Yeah. I have 2 questions at the end. Number 1, what's your favourite book? And number 2, what's the best thing you've learned from reading a book, a fiction book? Also, I wouldn't mind if you subscribed or clicked on the like button. And finally, I do indeed love you.